let's be honest. I know it. You know it. Everybody in the world knows it. The New York Giants are packed up. Packed up. Some people knew months ago. Some people knew weeks ago. Some people knew days ago. But everybody else knows now. It's official. Dexter Lawrence placed on IR along with the rest of the defense, because right now we already know what it looks like when Dexter Lawrence isn't on the field. Teams can run the ball for 4 quarters. They don't even have to pass the ball. We cannot stop the run at all. And when Dexter Lawrence was playing, we had issues stopping the run. And then when we see him off the field, we definitely have issues stopping the run. And now that he's on IR, listen, a lot of people for weeks were talking about the New York Giants are tanking. The New York Giants are tanking. Embrace the tank. This is what it looks like when we're tanking. No, that was not. We were still trying to win those games. But now that you're seeing guys getting placed on IR, guys are shutting it down. This is the tank now that is over. When did they announce that we were mathematically out of the playoff picture? When did they announce that? This week. And all of a sudden, guys are going on IR. Listen, I understand. And some people might sit here and lie to you, call themselves whatever. They're better fans than you because you believe what you believe right now. You're not getting any blame from me. I'm not going to accuse you of quitting. I'm not going to accuse you of anything. I understand what the bigger picture is. And a lot of people say there is a bigger picture. And you know it, I know it, the whole world knows it, what that bigger picture is. So where do we go from here? What are you tuning in to the New York Giants for now? A lot of people are deciding not even to tune in. I'm going to be here still. Again, it's like the band on the Titanic. I go down with the ship. We'll be back again next year. We'll be back again next year to root and do all that stuff. But what do I want to see now with this New York Giants team? I want to see the rookies and the young guys play. That's all I'm tuning in for right now. I need to see Hyatt on the field. I need to see the young cornerbacks on the field. We don't have no defensive linemen to put on the field, but if we did, I would want to see those guys too. I want to see the young guys play. All of them, the first year, second year, third year guys. I need to see those guys play. If you want to shut down Brian Burns, you probably can do that too. But I definitely need to see Kayvon Thibodeau some more. He missed a lot of games, and I like how he was playing before he went out. I need to see more Kayvon Thibodeau. And you know what? Since I need to see more Kayvon Thibodeau, yes, keep Brian Burns in there too. But we don't have any linebackers to turn to, because I would tell you to, shut down Bobby Okereke or something like that too. But we don't even have linebackers to go to. You can say more Sal possibly, but it is what it is. This roster is awful. The depth is awful. We have some good pieces, some good starters. I will say that. But the depth behind a lot of these starters are awful. It's time to see the young guys play. Jalen Hyatt needs to be getting 80% of the snaps on offense right now. 80% of the snaps. If you need to go ahead and shut down Slayton, possibly go ahead and do that. But I really need to figure out what Jalen Hyatt can do, because it's been 2 seasons and I really don't know what he can do. And I don't think it's his fault at all. At all. I don't believe it's his fault. Because I saw when you were when Slayton was out and you were forced to use Jalen Hyatt, guess what? He ended up with 4 catches in the game. 4 catches for what? 45 yards or something like that. I can't even remember. But the whole point is, when you were forced to use him, when you had to use him, he was right there and he was productive. So that tells me that he could have been playing all along. You just didn't feel like doing it. Well, guess what now? You better feel like doing it. Who's going to be the quarterback this week? Is it going to be Tommy DeVito or Drew Lock? I'm still waiting on an update. I haven't seen it yet. Do we even care now? We saw Tommy DeVito go in there against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and got beat up and battered to the point where he couldn't even play the next game. And then we saw Drew Lock And the best thing about Drew Lock playing was him running for touchdowns. He ran one ball that was almost a touchdown, got off of like the 1 inch mark, and then he also ran another touchdown. That's the best we've seen from Drew Lock this season. And his one start is him, no highlights of him really throwing the ball, but his highlights were him running the ball. And that's what we have been reduced to. Throw Tim Boyle in there. Can it get any worse? Can it get any worse? But really, let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see? What's going to make you tune in? I want to see the young players play. What are you going? Newbin, Phillips, Chapman, Jordan Riley. If you want to see Jordan Riley, he really didn't play. I don't need to see Nacho much. DJ Davison, I believe he's a little banged up too. We play the Saints this week. And we are 4-point underdogs at home. Not only that, we don't have a win at home this entire season. New York Giants fans, you guys should show up to the game with the brown paper bags. It is officially brown paper bag time. We have to send a message to the owner. John Mara only understands pressure, embarrassment, and pressure, and we have to apply the pressure in order for this guy to make a move, because he won't do it. As bad as Joe Judge was, he was still going to give Joe Judge another try. The co-owner had to fly in from California and say, hey, wait a minute. We're not keeping this guy. We're not keeping this bozo. And now we're sitting here with another guy who's looking like he's going to be another bozo, if people don't already believe he's a bozo now. And all the signs are pointing to, or I should say, there are no signs pointing to whether or not these guys are coming or going. We know what he said 4 weeks ago. We know what John Mara said 4 weeks ago. He was not going to make any changes during the season and didn't foresee any changes being made in 2025. We already know what that is. It's BS. And if it's not BS, we are in the world of hurt. Somebody has, yes, you threw Daniel Jones from the train. Operation Throw Daniel Jones from the Train was a success. Was it though? Was it really though? Because since Daniel Jones has been thrown away, what has this offense done? Nothing. It looks even worse. And a lot of people saw that coming because we knew the deeper problem wasn't just Daniel Jones was just a piece of the problem. He wasn't the whole problem. He was a piece of the problem. Going into the season, I thought he was just a piece of the problem. Was the problem. But after this season, you understand that there's a lot of things going on with the New York Giants that just aren't right. Just not right at all. Coaching, GMing, the GM, the owner, of course. We can't do anything about John Mara, but we know one thing. We need wholesale changes. Culture changes, philosophy changes, new schemes, new identity. You can't create any of that bringing these same guys back, because there's a portion of the fan base, a large portion of the fan base has already given up on these guys, and the other half is just waiting to give up. I don't understand. After seeing what some fans see, they still have the idea that Brian Dable and Joe Shane, they'll get it right. They'll turn this thing around. That's what they still believe. Listen, I don't believe it. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not probable at all. And I understand when you have to hit that reset button, it means something. But guess what? What do? I'd rather be with somebody new than know something is bad and keep trying to push my way through. Period. I felt this way at the end of Eli Manning's career. I said, if we're going to just keep on losing, I might as well lose with somebody new. And we threw Daniel Jones in there. And you know what? It was what it was. Here we are 6 years later. 6 years later. And I'm like, you know what? If we're going to just keep on losing, I'd rather lose with somebody new. And now we're talking about the coach, because now I can't even be mad at Daniel Jones. He's a Minnesota Viking. But now I'm looking at Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. And I'm like, you know what? If we're going to lose, I'd rather lose actually trying to rebuild this team, actually trying to build a new culture, actually trying to build a new identity. That's what I'll rather do. I don't want to. We already had 3 years of experiments. The first year went fantastic. We won a playoff game, then got blown out. Second year, bad. Third year, even worse. I'm done with the experiment. How many more years do you need? We already gave them one more year than we did the past 3 coaches. McAdoo got 2 years. Shermer got 2 years. Joe Judge got 2 years. Shane and Daboll already got more than what those guys got. I'm done with the waiting and seeing. I'm over it. It's over. It is over, man. And we are packed up. You see the thumbnail. We have packed up, flip the sign over. We are closed for business. Flip the sign over. Flip it over. The New York Giants are closed for the rest of the season. Closed. We gotta play the young guys, man. We gotta let these guys get some more experience. There's still some decent teams that we're going to be playing. But we got to see what's going to happen, man. We got to see it. We got to see these young. I don't care how bad it looks. You know what's better? These guys getting the chance to develop and get the snaps so that next year, depending on what happens, whether it's new coaches or these same old guys, they have more experience to take into the season. Because right now, this team is one of the youngest teams in the league, and they need all the snaps that they can get. And a lot of these guys that are on these one-year deals or expiring contracts that won't be back next year, and there's a lot of them, let them step to the side and let these young guys that are in their second, third year of their rookie contracts play these last 5 games. What more could it hurt? I don't think it hurts at all. But that's the video, man. Please let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. Let me know how you feel about this. What are you trying to see? What is left to see? Are you even interested anymore in these New York Giants? I'm already talking about the draft and everything else. And guess what? It just is what it is. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.